killing him. Here we know the ratio. We want to find the angle whose ratio is 10 over 7. So theta is the arc tangent. We hit second tangent of 10 over 7. And the calculator spits out 55.01 degrees. To the nearest degree, that will be 55 degrees. James, you want to take a quick break? No. Okay, he's a trooper. We'll go quickly. Number 12. By the way, there's a back part. I know you're upset. James just said some things to me that can't be repeated. Find in radical form the value of secant of 225. We'll be quick. Secant is the reciprocal of cosine. So we write 1 over cos of 225. Now, we draw 225. That's here. We need a reference angle, which is 45. We're in the third quadrant, where cosine is negative. So we wind up with 1 over negative cosine of 45. From the table that you should have, cosine of 45 is radical 2 over 2. So we need to find the reciprocal of that, which is negative 2 over radical 2. Now you can rationalize that to negative 2 radical 2 over 2 or negative radical 2. All right? So there's our answer. The next one was brutal. If an angle is in standard position, you think you can make it? Okay, here, I'll hold this for a little. Shake out your arms. Shake out your arms, guys. Sorry, this is, he's going to get a little arm break. I'm sorry, I owe you big time, Poppy. We'll be finished quickly, okay? Theta is an angle in standard position, and its terminal side passes through negative 512. Find the value of all 6 trig functions. Negative 512 would be around here. That's the second quadrant. What's positive? Sine is positive. Its reciprocal cosecant is positive. Everything else is negative. Here's theta. Now, we won't worry about the signs. However, this length is going to be 5. Why? Negative 5, 5 to the left. This height is going to be 12. Why? The y value is 12. By the Pythagorean theorem, the hypotenuse is 13. So, sine of theta equals opposite over hypotenuse. And that's positive. Cosine of theta equals adjacent over hypotenuse. But since we're in the second quadrant, cosine is negative. Tangent is also negative. Negative, opposite over adjacent, negative 12 over 5. For the reciprocal functions, we just take the reciprocals of those fractions. Okay. Moving right along. Solve for x to the nearest hundredth of a degree. You want a little more arm shake time? All right. We have to get tan of x by itself. 5 tan of x equals 4. Tan of x equals 4/5. Since I don't have my graphing calculator, I have to go to my other key. I'll be very quick. First, we need the reference angle. We take inverse tangent of 4/5. We get about 38.66 degrees to the nearest hundredth. Now here's the thing. We want all angles between 0 and 360. Tangent is positive in quadrants 1 and 3. So not only will x be 38.66 degrees, but if this angle is 38.66, the third quadrant angle will be 180 plus that. or 218.66. So there are two answers. Speed it up. Okay. Number 15. Secant is 3.1420. We don't have secant on the calculator. The reciprocal of secant is cosine. If secant equals this, then cosine equals the reciprocal of this. Now, how do we find the angle? Theta equals the inverse cosine or arc cosine of 1 over 3.4120, which is about 72.96 degrees, and you hit DMS, 72 degrees and 58 minutes. 16 is nasty. You get all these exact values from the table. Radical 3 over 1, radical 2 over 2, plus radical 3 over 2, radical 2 over 2. We multiply across, radical 6 over 2. We multiply across, radical 6 over 4. We need a common denominator of 4. 2 radical 6 over 4 plus radical 6 over 4 is 3 radical 6 over 4. A tough problem. We have 6 more left. James is doing very well. Secant and cosecant. The difference is co, which means complementary. So the angles must be complementary. So 3x minus 20 plus 2x plus 10 is 90. Combining like terms, 5x minus 10 is 90, 5x is 100, and x equals 20. Number 18. Looking at this angle, we have an adjacent side and a hypotenuse. That's cosine, so katoa. Cos of 35 degrees equals adjacent over hypotenuse. We get this from the graphing calculator. We cross multiply and divide by 0.8192. X winds up being 15.8701. We can round that if we'd like. Number 19. Simplify. Cosecant is 1 over sine. Tangent is sine over cos. Cosine is cosine or cosine over 1. We multiply. The sines cancel. The coses cancel. We're left with 1 over 1, which is 1. Number 20. Subtract radical 3 on both sides. Divide by 2. Sine of x equals negative radical 3 over 2. To find the reference angle, we hit inverse sine of the positive ratio. That's 60. Again, get that from your table. Sine is negative in quadrants 3 and 4. 60, if that's 60, this is 180 plus 60, which is 240 or 240. In the fourth quadrant, if this is 60, this angle here is 360 minus 60 is 300. So x equals 240 and 300. Tangent of 5850, all you have to do, your mode must be in degrees on your calculator. Tangent of 58 plus 50 over 60, and round that to 4 decimal places. We look at the 4th decimal place, we look to the right. Since this 6 is 5 or bigger, we round up to 1.6534. Again, this is only Form B. Form A is similar, but this should be instructive. Here's the last problem. 2 things multiply to give you 1. What else multiplies to give you 1? 3 1/3, 2 1/2. These are reciprocals. The only way this can happen is if cosine of one angle times tangent of the same angle is 1, so these have to be equal. So 3x minus 20 has to be equal to 2x plus 10, minus 2x, minus 2x, x minus 20 is 10. Add 10 to both sides, and x is 30. Thank you, James. Have a beautiful day all.